Welcome to PK Woodworking, and thanks again for showing up again. Today is going to be, God, it's a little echoey in here. Today is going to be kind of a few just random things happening on a rainy Saturday that wasn't supposed to be rainy. So I've got a few things to get accomplished today. I'm going to finish off some of the airline setup, so that'll be cool. I've got a lock to an electronic lock to put on the door here so I can stop using the garage door as much, which will be great. And then I'm gonna build the platform, if it stops raining, to mount the air compressor. I've made a decision. I'm gonna mount the air compressor up there on the wall and hope to God that that works well. And yeah, so I'm gonna record most of it. And this hopefully won't be too crazy long, but you'll see kind of the process of me doing it. And I'm gonna start with the lock down here. This right here has been my little table that I've been using to do a lot of the air stuff. So I still have some of this stuff sitting over here on the side, but let's go into this Yale lock system to take a look at what we got here. Okay, it's installed. Hang on. Easy. Do I love it? Can't get it to work with HomeKit yet, but at this point in time, it's doing what I need it to do. So I can, walk up to it with my phone, or manually I can, lock it or unlock it. The weird part is when you put it on auto lock, if you're inside, it'll still auto lock. So I'm learning, but it'll work at this point. So on to the next one. Okay. Well, I gotta go back to the depot and get myself a different fitting. So I figure I'll just do this real quick. Then pop out to the depot. Thought I just needed a 3/8 to 3/8 union, but it's 3/8 to half. Couldn't find that pipe in the exact way I wanted. This is about as close as it would get. Let me give you a shot again. Not pumped about the color. Maybe I'll find something else at some point in time, but this back from the depot. Behind me is my California Air Tools 4 horsepower 20-gallon air compressor. It's a 240 CAD. It's got an automatic drain, and I got this, I don't know, when I did the last shop. It was definitely a scratch and dent. As you can see, this is bent. This is bent back. It was worse. I dare not go any further with it, with the possibility of the tank breaking, etc. Some fins are missing, but it works great. And if at some point in time it doesn't work great, I'll replace it. Hopefully, we won't have any failures or anything on the tank. But it's been great for 3 or 4 years so far. So I decided I am gonna mount it in the ceiling. So it needs a 40-inch by 16-inch platform. So first I want to clean it up a little bit because it was sitting in that little closet area right next to the dust collector, and it's gained a little bit of dust to it. So I'm going to give it a quick spruce up, and I'll speed up the camera during that part. So I really want to turn it on, but that plug is not the plug that I put in the wall. I put a twist lock, and I'm probably going to change that plug back to this kind of plug because it'll give me, I think, the distance I want and rewire it. This thing really doesn't take that much power, you know, for how big of a compressor it is. You know, it says that each one of them takes 7 amps, but I don't know. I've got a 20 amp single phase 220. So she cleaned up real nice, Clark, and surprisingly enough, I have a sheet that's about the right size. So let me get it on here. Get this done. All right, back at it. Gonna slice off some little pieces that I'm gonna glue around the edges, and then I'm gonna go to Home Depot. I might have some EMT here, but I'm gonna use EMT to support it to the ceiling. So I'll show you guys that when I do it. But this way, this will kind of stiffen up the sides, and then also give it a lip that I can put it inside, so it's not gonna slide itself out of it. And then lastly, it'll give me more space to screw this bottom lip of the EMT that I'm going to flatten out to go to the top. So So I'm gonna grab a few things, bring them back into the shop, and then we'll get going. Yeah, see you in a second. Back at it. I have this thing called a PIDC glue system, and it's really cool to use, but you do have to like take care of it, and you're supposed to keep this clean, but I didn't. I have a new one anyway because I knew I had left it sit there too long. So I'm gonna clean this out, then we're gonna glue this thing up. All right, we're back up and running. Back at it, day 2. Gonna sand this thing a little bit. I went in and I got a couple of pieces of EMT out of the old mini split install in the garage, so we'll be using that. Gotta find myself a scrap piece of wood to use as a little shelf up there, and then we'll be ready to go. So let me give this a quick sand and then we'll move on. Hold please. Found a piece of cherry. Not as thick as I wanted it to be, maybe better than it was being 4/4, but it'll look fine, and sand it up and then mount it to the wall. So I'm gonna have to move some things around the shop real quick, including that. And so as soon as I can get all this stuff out of the way, I'm gonna move the dust collector over to get me there so I can get a laser in there and figure out exactly where I want to mount this. So hold please. I want to take a measurement to the top of the dust collector because I really want it to be, I want the shelf to not be right on top of it, even though that would like make sense from a, I don't know, maximizing space perspective, but I really would rather get it up a little higher because there's actually venting on the top of that vents the air, the clean air out the top of it. So I don't want anything to block that. So let me make a couple of measurements and see where we're at, including how tall the actual the air compressor is. So these bars that are going to come down from the ceiling, right, to support them are going to be on 24-inch centers, a 24-inch on center. So you got a 40-inch long shelf basically. So I want to hit it in the middle so I can support the thing pretty well across the middle. So that means the shelf is actually going to have to come forward a little bit this way. Maybe more than I expected, you know, but we'll have a little bit of an S to the cord. It'll be fine. We'll be good. So let's figure this out. Helper. Shop with these two pieces of conduit. Be back in a minute. Oh, had that one forever. Okay, these are the supports. So now comes the fun. So I'll be up there trying to figure this out. Wish me luck. Hold. Okay, later. We are about to begin the dyeing, so I figured we'd put it on camera for us to dye.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Why not? It's good for insurance.
Oh, what is it?
As long as
your insurance claim, that's what it's good.
Yeah, as long as Chris can figure out how to get it off the camera, we're good. And I'm sure he can.
I don't know that one.
It's not helping pass calculus.
Oh yeah, you told me about that shit.
Here, ready? Impurities! Oh, fuck. Oh, get up, get up, get up, get up. Okay, I'm in. Hold up. Oh, yes. Oh. Back at it, got a couple of fittings we needed, and I'm going to connect a hose to the output of the automatic drain so we can put it into a bucket and then connect the connector to the air, and then we'll fire it up and see how she works. So let's get with it. Hear any leaks anywhere?
What was that?
I don't hear any leaks.
I heard something.
Yeah, it was that other thing over there. Got a ton accomplished today. Gonna see if we can knock out the speakers finally back behind me. So I'm gonna tape it all up, see where it's all gonna be, and then we'll kind of go from there. So I'm not sure if I explained before, but I had to actually reframe part of the front here because of how big this left, center, right speakers are. And they are cool. I think everything's marked up pretty well here. Had to make some trade-offs. I want this speaker to be in the center, but because of where studs lie, left and right are like an inch off from each other, whatever, you're gonna live. This may be controversial, but I'm gonna try to use the TS55 plunge saw to do some of this stuff. So let's drill some holes first. We get the bread slicer, and we'll get rid of that and start trimming up some wire. Bread slicer. Number 2. That is the first one. I figured you didn't need to see me put up all of these other 2 ones, so I just figured I'll put one up and show you how simple it is. But magnets built into it, life's easy. You basically find the edge and boom, you're in. And again, like I said, they'll move a little bit ever so slightly, but that is it. So been a big weekend and got a lot accomplished because my sons came home. So just to recap, there's a lot of video you saw, but to recap some of the stuff. So we got the airlines kind of buttoned up. We got the platform built for the air compressor and the air compressor put on the platform. Turned on, everything's powered up. As you can see maybe on the side over there, we got 90 pounds of air and maybe you can't see, I don't know. Got 90 pounds of air over there and nothing's leaking, which is amazing. Amazon did me no favors. I would have had the stuff connected, but they aren't delivering until tomorrow. So That is what that is. I got the old dust collector pulled out of the little auxiliary closet we had outside the old shop, and I'm gonna put all that back together and put that up for sale. So that was great because that's really heavy. That Oneida with the motor on top is pretty heavy. And then we also got the bandsaw out of the old shop and into the new shop, and we were so worried about it, but it ended up being pretty easy to do, and it's back in the shop here, and I believe I'm going to move some stuff around. I think I'm probably going to move the drill press over to here, which is something that I originally, in my original drawing, had thought I was going to put here, and I think I am going to do that after all. So it'll free up some space over there, and probably a good thing, because I still have 2 more machines that need to come in here after all the rest of this junk moves out. So again, really appreciate you hanging in there for this, and we're getting close to the end, but I think next we're going to button up the rest of the air as soon as Amazon delivers this stuff. I'll get the dust collector piping started probably, because I still need to do the mini split, and the mini splits now I've actually was able to disconnect the mini split that was in the other garage. Thanks again, and we'll see you on the backside.